Good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. So what I'm going to do here is just pull a little bit about our past, present, and future energy. So let's get two more on the past. This is very clear. Give me current energy. I'm actually surprised the messages are coming out this clear now because this is my fourth time recording this video. Thank you, Mercury retrograde. And future energy. And one more. So looking here, bottom of the deck, Six of Cups is showing up. So the Six of Cups is a card of nostalgia. So it's really about finding this happiness, remembering when we were happy before and what did that feel like? What did that look like? What was happening at the time? And it's not just remembering because you're daydreaming or you're just reminiscing for the sake of reminiscing. It really is about kind of getting back, almost resetting this happiness within ourselves and figuring out, okay, well, if I was happy before, and I felt like I had so many opportunities in front of me, because it feels like that's what you're trying to do. Get back to a point before this last chapter, before whatever recently ended in the last couple of months, before all those limitations and restrictions were implemented. Back it up to prior to then and get back to feeling open and ready for whatever comes next and being happy and excited about these opportunities before you start realizing just the reality of some of them. Because I'm just getting the sense of, and maybe I'll say it this way because it might be a little bit more clear, the last chapter, whatever has been closing out, there's a lot of jaded energy coming out of it. A lot of people are just very unhappy with what happened, how it unfolded, and just they didn't get what they were looking for. And so instead of taking that negative energy and bringing it forward, it's about going back further in time to before that negative energy started and remembering what it was that made you happy and really trying to find that happiness again. It's going to look different because you have different experiences and time does continue. And so everything is going to look a little bit different, but it is about kind of resetting yourself, getting back into that mindset of being open to new things and new opportunities and seeing where are the possibilities, what can really happen here, and not looking at it through the lens of, oh, well, this one's just not going to go well either. So that's how the Six of Cups is coming across. And so when I look at the past energy here, and I'm getting the Four of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Hanged Man, this is exactly what led to that Six of Cups energy. So the Four of Pentacles is a card of stability, really focusing on what you need. So it's not about what you want, it was about what you needed. And with that Eight of Swords energy, definitely being up in your head around, okay, well, what is it that I truly need? If I take it back to the basics, what is it that I'm trying to accomplish? What is in my best interest? Hanged Man. And so when you get back into that kind of bare bone, essential energy, now what does everything look like? Hanged Man energy is about seeing things from a different perspective. It's that kind of bird's eye view of the situation. If you flipped it upside down, what details were you missing? What here are you capable of accomplishing? When I look at the current energy, I'm getting the High Priestess, Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Cups. So the High Priestess, this is a very intuitive energy. You might be keeping things to yourself right now because you kind of are really focused on what is going to be in your best interest, and you don't necessarily need to broadcast that to everybody. Not everybody is looking out for your best interest. But with the Ten of Cups and the Knight of Cups, I mean, you're really doing the work. You're really figuring out, okay, what direction do I need to go? What steps do I need to take to get myself back into that happier, healthier mindset? Ten of Cups, focused on your long-term emotional fulfillment. The High Priestess, because it is also an intuitive energy, there's a lot of trusting yourself and trusting your instincts. The more that you kind of lean into the happiness and you really start to make decisions and focus everything through an emotional lens, that's where you get in touch with yourself. That's your intuition telling you, this feels good, this feels right, this is the direction that I want to go. And so looking at the future energy here, I'm getting the Ace of Wands with the Hierophant, Six of Swords, and the Four of Cups. And so the Ace of Wands with the Hierophant, because these two came out together. So this does indicate a spiritual union. This is moving in a direction, you taking some sort of action to move in this direction. I have been picking this up a lot where there are people that are on our paths that are meant to be on our paths. There are spiritual journeys that are getting ready to either begin or kind of recontinue. Because I'm just getting a sense of there was a pause at one point and there's almost like a restart that's happening here. And so take that as it resonates. Not everybody wants to be in that kind of, on that kind of journey or purpose. This one here does tell me, because of the Hierophant energy, so even if you're not interested in a union with another person, it doesn't have to be marriage, even though this is one of the marriage cards within tarot, so is the Ten of Cups. This does indicate that you are aligning with your spiritual path and purpose. So High Priestess and the Hierophant, these are both very spiritual cards. And so the way that this is coming out, you are really focused on your emotions and what you need and what this next chapter could be for you. We have the Six of Swords. That Six of Swords is a card of movement. And so this is about you, again, taking steps, keep moving. But it's a physical movement with the Ace of Wands. It's a mental movement here with that Six of Swords. And then we have the Four of Cups, and it feels like you are leaving behind any sadness or disappointment. I'm also getting at the same time, you're not closing yourself off. So if things pop up on your path, and they will, that just don't work out the way that you want them to, the way that you're going to view the sadness and disappointment is coming across differently. You're not going to see it as this kind of jaded lesson that has you taking a step back from everything and just reevaluating everything. It's more of, okay, well then that wasn't meant for me. That's the sense that I'm picking up here with this Four of Cups energy. So we'll see what comes out when I clarify. Tell me about the Four of Pentacles. That has a lot of cards. I'll take them. And the Hanged Man. Yeah. So looking at the Four of Pentacles here, I'm getting the Nine of Pentacles. So when it comes to you, and this is all past energy, kind of getting back into that basic energy to say, this at a minimum is what I need. This is my stability. This is my foundation. I'm not willing to go below this line. This is exactly what I need. You had to get back to that place in order to figure out what you needed to do to grow, because that Nine of Pentacles energy is growth and expansion. This is you being able to create your own abundance here. But you had to get back to basics in order to see that. With that Eight of Swords energy, that self-imposed prison of the mind, so really thinking about what exactly do you need? What does this kind of future look like for you? We have the Queen of Wands, Judgment, and the Star. This is really the information that you were processing, was to figure out, okay, where do I need to go? What kind of decisions do I need to make? What action do I need to take once I make those decisions? And then what kind of healing energy is connected to it with this Aquarius energy, but also what are your goals and dreams here? Because there was a lot of, if I take it back to basics, if I think about that Six of Cups again and remember what it was like before when I was happy and felt like I had all of these opportunities being presented to me and I felt really good and solid about those, it really is about getting back into that space, kind of taking everything back a few steps to figure out what is going to be your path forward. Really making a firm decision here, thinking it through though with that Eight of Swords energy. Clarifying the Hanged Man is the Seven of Cups. And so what you were missing before, because it wasn't immediately available to you, was that different perspective, was about seeing all of the opportunities, recognizing just how everything was going to play out, what that big picture looks like here with that Hanged Man energy. And so the Seven of Cups, it can be a confusing energy, but it was more about really understanding and seeing all the details, maybe for the first time, to really understand, okay, this is where I want to go. This is how I'm going to redirect myself so that I can get what I want here. Tell me about the High Priestess. This is an interesting combination of cards. So with the High Priestess, I'm getting the Seven of Swords. So the High Priestess, again, very focused on your intuition, focused on you, what matters to you, your spiritual path and journey here. So again, High Priestess, very secretive. The Seven of Swords is also a secretive energy. It's lies, manipulation, and deceit. But those lies can happen through omission. And so it feels like you're keeping things to yourself until you're ready to either tell other people or just move in that direction, and they'll figure it out when they see you doing it. The Seven of Swords, the way that this is, because there's another way that this is coming across, it feels like you're understanding other people's motives much better now than you would have before. This is the change and transformation that's been taking place. That's the Hanged Man energy. That's the Seven of Cups. You're understanding the details now. You're really starting to see what this big picture looks like. You're understanding who is on your path, who should be on your path, what that path should look like. All of this is really coming to just your front of mind. This is what I'm focused on. This is what I need to do right now. Clarifying the Ten of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups with the Two of Swords. The Two of Swords is about standing at a crossroads and needing to make some sort of choice here. But the Queen of Cups, it really is the Queen of Hearts, because it is all about your emotions. This tells me that when it comes to the decisions that you're making, lead with your heart. Don't lead with your mind. Your mind here with that Two of Swords energy is going to kind of trap you, and it's not going to allow you to really make a clear decision here, but your heart will. That Queen of Cups is a very mature energy, that kind of emotional maturity, that self-care, self-love, really taking care of your emotional needs. Let that be your guide. Knight of Cups and the World. And so as you continue moving down this path and this journey, this one here, this next path, it really is focused on your emotions and your emotional well-being. And so with the World card showing up, the World, when the cycle completes, there's an abundance connected to it. There is, all the lessons have been learned. You have received all of the rewards. Everything kind of comes to that culmination point where now you're ready to take that next step. You're ready to move into the next chapter. And so this tells me the Knight of Cups and the World, you are very focused on whatever is going to make you the happiest here. There's a lot of emotions that have been showing up in the readings, very, very cup-centric, very emotions, heart-centric. There's a lot of movement showing up here. There's some really important lessons that are coming up here. And so what I'm getting with the Ace of Wands and the Hierophant, when you're going after your spiritual path, your spiritual union, so if you do have another person and you do have a journey here together, it's about embracing this path, because clarifying those two cards is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is walking away from that Seven of Cups. It's like, okay, well, now I've got all these opportunities. I've got so much in front of me, but I know that I need to go after exactly what I want. And so this tells me that you are leading with your heart. You're going to take actions that are really based on you going after exactly what you want. With the Six of Swords, I'm getting the Four of Cups. And what you're doing here is walking away from all of the past disappointment. Anything that just didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. It just really wasn't in your best interest. It left you feeling like, that's not what I want. You really are moving on from all of this. And that's that mental movement forward. And so your head and heart, I've been getting this a lot, where your heart's starting to really lead the way, but your mind is right there too. And so there's a lot of balanced energy coming through with the way things are progressing. And clarifying this Four of Cups is the Queen of Swords. So Four of Cups, Queen of Swords, this is really, you're letting go. You really are letting go of a lot of energy. And so the Queen energy showing up here does tell me that you're open to receiving more information, learning new things as you kind of move along your path and your journey. And so the Queen of Swords with the Four of Cups really looks at these Four of Cups not from the lens of, okay, I'm really sad and disappointed. The Queen of Swords says, okay, well then it wasn't in my best interest. This really wasn't meant for me. So I'm just going to release it and move forward. Because the Queen of Swords just can be very cold, just releases things, doesn't doesn't want to hold on to anything that doesn't belong there, has that clarity to say, okay, that's just not for me. I'm going to move forward. So this is the reading for Monday. I hope it resonates. If it did, please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Take care.